time it's sometimes being used. Derrick Rose had a comment that I thought was very interesting. He did this on Jeff Teague's Club 520 podcast. The quote is, "MJ wouldn't be MJ if he didn't play for the Bulls." He said he still would have been a great player. I don't want to try to start anything here, but he wouldn't have been the GOAT.
I don't have context, but like, you wouldn't have been Derrick Rose if you didn't get drafted by the Bulls. I don't have context to what he was trying to get across, but I feel like MJ was going to be MJ, whether he was a Portland Trail Blazer or a Cleveland Cavalier. Michael Jordan was going to be Michael Jordan.
Like, why is the emphasis on that if Chicago hadn't been the ones to
I
draft
guess
him?
Chicago is just a traditional franchise, but I'm with Lou. Like,
he made them a traditional.
I was going to say, what came first? The Bulls or
and MJ is MJ. LeBron is LeBron. If LeBron went to Cleveland, and I know he's from there, but he's the greatest of all time, second greatest of all time in your opinion.
There you go. Thank you.
This I don't get. Now I do get the other players that in a bigger market where that's a different scenario. But Michael Jordan, I think, is going to be one of the greatest no matter who drafted him.
Well, LeBron should be your case study.
Yeah,
LeBron
exactly.
James was
the smallest market.
LeBron James was LeBron in Cleveland. LeBron James was LeBron in Miami. He's LeBron James in the LA Lakers uniform. Those type of guys are going to be who they are. Now, culturally, is this what he's trying to say? I'm not sure whether it comes down to, the ads or the way that the city of Chicago got behind him.
That's what I think it was, the point, yeah.
Like, culturally, sure, if that's the point that he's making. Talent-wise, Michael Jordan, he could have played for the...
So if MJ got drafted by the Spurs, let's just say, he wouldn't have been Michael Jordan?
I think he would have been. You could argue he could have even been greater, which is crazy to say, but, like, yeah, he's Michael Jordan. I think wherever he was, he's going to be great.
Are there players out there or have played or currently playing that maybe have been limited in how great they could be because of where they were drafted?
Yeah, well, I think it's more about the opportunity of the structure of the team than the actual market. There's plenty of great basketball players that had great college careers that get drafted and they get stuck. They get stuck.
Kemba Walker.
They get stuck behind somebody, and I got drafted to Houston where they literally didn't have a small forward, and I ended up starting my 6th game of my career. That was lucky. I got an opportunity right away to play. Some guys didn't have that opportunity, and they end up in Europe, or they end up, their confidence gets broken. So, like, it's more about the opportunity basketball-wise, in my opinion, than the big market. Now, when you look at free agency and you start looking at these markets, there's certain players, too, that are such household names that when they play on the Lakers and they play on the Knicks, then they get traded or they get moved to a smaller market, and you haven't heard from them in years. So there is that where you get so much notoriety and public fame just from playing on one of those big market teams. Austin Reeves, I love him. If Austin Reeves was on the Washington Wizards right now, would he be as big of a thing as he is on the Los Angeles Lakers?
Absolutely not.
No chance in hell, but he's a great player, but we wouldn't be talking about him. Kyle Kuzma, Jordan Clarkson, these guys were famous when they were playing on the Lakers.
Yeah.
They were famous. They get traded to Utah. They moved to Washington. Those are the type of franchise that aren't on national TV. Those guys don't have national endorsements and sponsorships and commercials. There's less eyes on them. So the market does help, which is why free agency is big, because you can pick that market and you look at how many dollars I'm going to make off the court here versus here. But it's different for every player.
It's interesting. I feel like some guys probably, they disappeared.
Like Anthony Edwards, how big of a star would he be? SGA, if they weren't in Minnesota and Oklahoma City and they were on the Knicks or they were on the Lakers, like, they would be mega stars. They already are, and there's exceptions, but they would.
But it would be even more elevated.
It would be next level.
Which is crazy to think about. Anthony Edwards as a Laker would be an interesting.
Think about it. He's in movies and he's already doing all these national ads and his Adidas deal, and he's in Minnesota. Can you imagine what it would be if he was on the Celtics?
It'd be crazy.
Yeah, it'd be nuts.
I wouldn't hate it, but it's not how it is. We're taking a break right now.